With mid-size three-row SUVs, Toyota has the Highlander, but apparently people have been saying it's not enough. It needs more space. So what did? They made a Grand Highlander. They've even added some hybrid powertrains, and that is what we're looking at on the latest Novak report. With the launch of new models like the Grand Highlander and the Crown, Toyota is introducing a new hybrid max system in addition to its traditional parallel system, formerly known as Synergy Drive. The simplest way to explain what the difference between the two systems, which are each available on the Grand Highlander, is that one is built with efficiency in mind while the other is built for power. The traditional Toyota hybrid system, now in its 5th generation, involves a parallel system where a vehicle could be driven either by a naturally aspirated engine or a pair of electric motors. The decision is made by an electronic control unit, and the goal is always to move a vehicle in the most efficient manner possible. With the new Hybrid Max system, both a turbocharged engine and electric motors work in tandem with each other and are controlled through a traditional 6-speed automatic instead of a CVT. Electronic motors, for example, will move the Grand Highlander from a stop position given the instant torque ability of electric powertrains, but will then shift the power from the engine when it's efficient to do so. In many respects, this is a larger and more powerful example of a mild hybrid, but the end result is a powertrain that offers the most power of the 3 choices available while doing so in a more efficient manner. In addition to the 2 hybrid systems, the Grand Highlander is also offered in a gas-only variant with a 2.4-liter turbocharged engine being offered as a base model. The gas-only variant puts out 265 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. The traditional hybrid system in the Grand Highlander offers a net output of 243 horsepower, while the Hybrid Max system tops out with 362 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. As for fuel economy, the rankings from worst to first would be gas, Hybrid Max, and traditional hybrid, with all of the combined figures posted here for one to compare. I was able to drive the gas-only and the Hybrid Max versions during my review, and I was able to beat the ratings of the gas model by a little bit, but I was a little bit higher with my results in the Hybrid Max. So as I said off the top, the Grand Highlander is a larger version of the popular Highlander. And when I think of the way they've used the naming, the first thing that comes to mind is back when we had, from Chrysler, we had the Dodge Caravan, and we had a Grand Caravan, which was the same thing. The Grand Caravan was a larger, longer version of the Caravan. I actually had a Caravan, the smaller version, when my kids were first born. We didn't need that extra space, but everybody needs more space nowadays. Now, how much larger is this Grand Highlander? Is it worth it? Well, it is. From the exterior, you can notice it. You're looking at an overall length. It's about 6.5 inches longer overall compared to the Highlander, and the wheelbase is about 4 inches longer as well. So you're already talking about an advantage. It's also taller and wider as well. It's about 2 inches taller and 2 inches wider. Now, with that kind of exterior size, I mean, you know, you're really, for a vehicle like this, you're looking at the interior for larger space. I guess that is, unless you're a pickup truck, because then it's always about big girth on the outside, but that's for another rant. But on the inside, we do have a larger interior space, and this is a family hauler, so that matters. We're looking at overall passenger volume, about 7% more with the exterior dimensions. But passenger volume alone doesn't tell the full story. We're really talking about cargo space and space for passengers. With respect to, you know, this being a 6 or 7 seat vehicle, we need a little more room inside for rows and for legroom especially. So there's about an extra inch of legroom for the second row. But more importantly, for the third row, there's an actual 5 extra inches of legroom. And that's always important because, you know, with vehicles like the Highlander and a lot of other mid-size SUVs with 3 rows, unless you're like a young child or something like that, there's really no room back there. So that extra 5 inches is going to matter. But cargo space, of course, would be a big thing with the extra volume, and you need to haul stuff with people. And when the 3 rows of seats are up, there's actually now about 20% more cargo space at 20.6 cubic feet compared to the Highlander. You put the third row down, you've got the 2 rows, you're looking at about 16% more cargo space. And when all 3 rows down, you're looking at about an extra 13.5 or 14% more room. So dimensionally, it's larger in the exterior, but more importantly, there's more room inside for people and for cargo. There isn't too much to say about the interior beyond the increased volume compared to the regular Highlander. The interior of the Grand Highlander is very much designed in the Toyota styling, but I did enjoy the softer touches and comfort features in the top-end Platinum trim, which is how the Hybrid Max I drove was equipped. The inclusion of USB-C ports everywhere is something to note, and it's also quite handy for families who will be using the second and third rows of seats regularly. The overall ride and comfort are good, and at times with the Hybrid Max I did feel I was driving something a bit smaller, so that will be a consideration for people who don't like the drive and feel of larger family haulers but have one because they need to. With 3 powertrain options, obviously the decision now is which one is right for you. It's going to depend on what your priorities are. If price is a concern, then you've got to go with the lowest price, which is the gas only. And really, price is the only reason why you'd want gas only. It's not the most powerful, it's not the most efficient, and it's on lower grade. So, gas only for price. With the 2 hybrid options, if it's really about efficiency, then the standard hybrid drive, the 5th generation hybrid, is where you want to go. With the parallel system, that's where you're going to get the best efficiency. Decent power, but if you want power and efficiency, well, the Hybrid Max system is where you want to go. And again, it comes with a price. It's the highest priced option, but I mean, you've got the 362 horsepower, you get the 400 pound-feet of torque, and you've got pretty decent fuel economy. So long as you can pay for it, that might be the one to take. Toyota's launch of the Grand Highlander fills out their platform because the Highlander was a bit too small, the Sequoia is too big, and people don't always want to go into a minivan with the Sienna. So this Grand Highlander certainly fits the niche market that it set upon itself, and I think it will do well with Toyota fans. It's not overly flashy, it's functional, and with now 3 powertrains, including 2 hybrids, it's probably got the diversity of efficiency and power that people are looking for. I'd still love to see a Grand Highlander Prime, but I'm not going to hold out hope. I hope you liked this review, and if you did, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so, and if you are, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of every time I upload something new. That's it for now. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching.